Good evening, Wildcats, and thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm Janae Gonzalez.
And I'm Ashley Freedy.
It's that time of year again. Homecoming week began last night with the annual lighting of A Mountain. Throughout the week, the traditions continue with the alumni campus tour that took place today, the bonfire and crowning of the King and Queen on Friday, and the homecoming parade and Wildcats for Life party both on Saturday. Lots going on this week, so be prepared to see tons of school spirit and alumni around campus.
The U of A recently hosted a virtual study abroad experience. Wildcast reporter Ashley Beatty went to the event to see what it's like to travel through a pair of glasses. Let's look.
University of Arizona faculty all gathered at the Owls Club on South Scott Avenue to see the revolutionary technology from digital humanities. The virtual study abroad event, presented by Brian Carter, allows students to travel the world without moving a step.
Virtual study abroad, virtual cultural immersion is really where we can virtually take students to any place around the world.
Students abroad brought back footage for this cool device.
So what we did is that we sent some of our faculty and students who were going to go study abroad, we equipped them with those cameras and we just let them film and bring it back.
This technology is a way for students to more affordably experience new places.
So virtual study abroad creates an opportunity for folks who may not get to go somewhere to begin to have that kind of experience.
The virtual study abroad experience is available for those interested. Reporting from UATV, I'm Ashley Beatty.
The Tucson AIDS Walk took place just a couple weeks ago. Wildcast reporter Sasha Fruhoff spoke to some of the people who set out to walk in support of the cause.
The Southern Arizona AIDS Foundation held their 27th annual AIDS Walk. Hundreds of Arizona residents gathered in downtown Tucson to raise money for the cause.
I have participated in AIDS Walk Tucson for probably at least 12 years. My brother, Bobby Alexander, passed away in 1994 from AIDS, and we walk in his memory, but also feel really strongly about supporting people who are living with HIV and AIDS, and also prevention and hopefully eventually elimination of the disease.
The event started with a 1K fun run. Shortly after, participants gathered for a musical performance and some light stretching.
This is the 29th annual Tucson AIDS Walk. The event fundraises money for the care services, prevention programs, and LGBTQ initiatives of the Southern Arizona AIDS Foundation.
You know, that's why we're still in this fight. We're still out here educating people about safe sex and how they can, avoid contracting HIV and AIDS. And so, this is a great event for awareness, not just fundraising, but talking about these things. If you visit, Safe's tent, we have people out there talking about, prevention and how we can keep ourselves safe individually, and build a stronger community.
The event ended with a quilt showing and unfolding to commemorate those who have passed. Reporting from the AIDS Walk Tucson for UATV, I'm Sasha Fruhoff.
When we return, we'll take a look at what Whoops Bake Shop is doing to give back.
Plus, info on a spooky tour of the U of A campus. Stay tuned.
UATV3, now on Facebook.
In honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Whoops Bake Shop sold all pink macarons in their store and held several activities throughout the weekend. Wildcast reporter Caitlin Berto talked to the owner of the cafe to find out more about the inspiration behind the event.
Whoops Bakery on University turned their macaroons pink during the weekend of October 13th through the 15th. They did this to raise awareness of breast cancer as well as raise money.
1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime, and that's a lot. That's a big number, and I really think it's a great idea to have it in your face when you walk in, because you automatically see it. You're drawn to it. It's a good conversation starter and a good way to raise money.
I think it's a great cause, and I'm really happy to hear they're doing it. That's a very clever way to get the money for the breast cancer research.
Macaroons normally come in a whole spectrum of colors, so having them all just be one color makes a powerful impact statement.
The color pink is a very powerful symbol and has led customers to try flavors they never have before.
Having people are buying different flavors now because they're all the same color. So all of a sudden we're having new bestsellers because people they're having a different experience. They're used to seeing, a different color, and that symbolizes for something to them. Now it's also kind of leveled the playing field, and people are buying more pistachio when they're pink than when they're green.
This was the first year Whoops has done this promotion, and with its success, we will hope to see it in future years. Reporting from Whoops Bakery, for UATV, I'm Caitlin Burke.
Rotary Club of Tucson held their 11th annual Tucson Classics Car Show this past Saturday. I went down to the event myself to check out what the car show is really all about. The Rotary Club of Tucson hosted its 11th annual Tucson Classics Car Show this past Saturday as a way to raise money for local nonprofit organizations. Each year, the Rotary Club invites several individuals who own classic, antique, sport, and hot rod cars, along with some newer models. There were multiple awards given for different types of cars and 5 raffle prizes, one of which is a 2008 Corvette.
So the real reason for the show is to help nonprofits in the community, but there's a food court, there's beer gardens, there's 50s, 60s music, there are vendors from all over, so it's really a real nice family sort of day. Watching the people look at the cars and have them talk to the car owners, and the car owners love to talk about their cars, and to see the families come out and eat and have a good time. So that's the biggest fun part of it.
I'm with Pima County JTED. We're the Career and Technical Education District for the county. We're one of the recipients of the proceeds for today. The Tucson Rotarians have picked 5 different beneficiaries to receive some of the funds from the show. So we're excited to be here. We have over 100 students volunteering in all different parts of the show. They work right alongside Rotarians and get to learn about community service.
This year, over 400 cars are being showcased. Let's take a look at one contestant who has 3 of his own cars entered in the contest.
Well, this year we brought 3 cars. We've got a 1941 Ford sedan, which is the yellow car just down there, and the 1953 Studebaker Commander, which is behind us, and a 1972 Dodge Charger. Now, these cars have been in our family since the 70s. In 1974, my parents bought the 72 Charger. 76, we bought the Ford, and in 77, we bought the Studebaker.
Over the past 10 years, the show has raised over $1 million in proceeds. Reporting from the Gregory School for UATV, I'm Janae Gonzalez.
Tucson's All Souls Procession is coming up on Friday, November 4th and Saturday the 5th. This event is a public ceremony put on by the Many Mouths One Stomach Art Collective to honor the lives of deceased loved ones. Hundreds of thousands of people gather in downtown Tucson to watch the burning of a large urn filled with any wishes, offerings, and hopes for those who have passed. The ceremony takes place on both days from 4 to 10 p.m. and admission is free. The Ghosts of the U of A tour is being held next Wednesday, November 1st at 6 p.m. On the tour, guests learn about some spooky and mysterious history about the university, such as the Old Main Ghost and the haunting of Maricopa Hall. The tour begins on the east side of Old Main and includes a lot of walking, so if you plan on going, make sure to wear some comfortable shoes. I've heard about that tour. Personally,
every year they put it on, I think. But I've never gone myself. However, I think it would be really interesting,
it's
right?
super cool, like some cool history mixed with like Halloween stuff.
And ghost stuff, I'm all about that. I love paranormal activity type stuff.
Me too. Coming up next, we have the weekly recap on Wildcat Sports. Don't go away. You're watching UATV.
UATV 3 UATV 3 When I turn on the TV, I turn it to channel 3, cause they got all the greatest shows that I've been waiting to see. It's entertaining to me, cause it's pertaining to me and all the other Wildcats in the student body. We're broadcasting live to all the residence halls, so all y'all's in the halls, turn your TVs on to channel 3 for Sheezy, so you can see me and all the other happy people down at UATV 3.
Hey, we're Metalhead, and you're watching UATV.
Good evening and welcome to Wildcast Sports, sponsored by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm your anchor, Alec White. I've got a lot to catch you up on that you don't want to miss. Let's start out with Arizona football, which took on Cal in Berkeley on Saturday night. In one of the most thrilling games of the year so far, the Wildcats defeated the Golden Bears in double overtime. Quarterback Khalil Tate had another magnificent performance and threw the game-winning touchdown pass to tight end Bryce Woma. Arizona won the game with additional help from freshman linebacker Colin Schooler, who broke up a 2-point conversion pass in the end zone. Arizona now moves to 5-2 on the year and second in the Pac-12 South. The previous night was a men's basketball annual Red and Blue game in the McHale Center, where Arizona fans were able to catch a glimpse of the new team. Sports reporter Courtney Rice takes a closer look at some of the standout freshmen.
Here at McHale, this is Courtney Rice for UATV3 Sports. This is the first time we are seeing all of the new players, red shirts, and transfers playing for the first time here in McHale. It's an exciting day and night for all of us here. We are excited to see all the players highlighted, especially DeAndre Ayton, who got the 43.5 vertical.
The players warmed up before the dunk contest, and they were not afraid to show their skills, which became a fan favorite of the night. Leaping over double-stack players, taking rebounds off the backboard for a dunk, and Alonzo's dunk on Dusan were just a few of the team's highlights of the night.
Some things to touch on here after the Red and Blue game. We saw an incredible performance from the freshman class, as we kind of expected going into the season. Even though this was just a dunk contest and a scrimmage, we saw incredible performances, especially from DeAndre Ayton and Alex Barcelo. Alex Barcelo might be one of the best shooters going into the season, and I only say that because his teammate Parker Jackson Cartwright says he was a little surprised based on his teammate's performance this evening.
Yeah, I didn't know. It was a surprise. Guys, I think he's one of the best shooters on the team. He showed that through preseason and this first month of the season.
DeAndre Ayton definitely proved his highly anticipated worthy, banking baskets and slamming dunks.
DeAndre is, he's obviously a terrific basketball player, but he's a remarkable kid. He has done every single thing that we've asked him to do since he stepped foot on our campus.
The Cats have to wait until November 1st for their first season game when they take on Eastern New Mexico at home at McHale.
From here in McHale Center with UATV3 Sports at the Red and Blue game, this is Courtney Rice.
That was held during that night was a dunk contest featuring 5 Arizona players. I highlighted the top 5 dunks of the evening. The Arizona men's basketball annual Red and Blue game opened with the always entertaining dunk contest that featured some of the new freshmen, including DeAndre Ayton and Brandon Randolph. Check out the top 5 dunks from the contest. Coming in at number 5 is Brandon Randolph's windmill dunk. Coming in at number 4 is freshman Alex Barcelo, who slammed home his own pass off the side of the backboard. Fans finally got to see DeAndre Ayton, who went 360 in the air for the flush. Again, we have Brandon Randolph, who jumped over an equipment staff member for the big dunk. The best dunk of the night goes to Ira Lee, who jumped over DeAndre Ayton and Chase Jeter for the slam. After the game, head coach Sean Miller was very complimentary towards his players and even went as far as to say that this year's freshman class could be the best he's ever seen.
And I would like to say this. I think this freshman class has an opportunity maybe to be our overall best freshman class that we've brought in. But a big reason is their attitude. Whether it's Brandon Randolph, Emmanuel Acott, Alex Barcelo, Ira Lee, and DeAndre is one of those.
Fans will have a chance to see the freshmen in action once again on November 1st in Arizona's first exhibition game. Reporting to you from the McHale Center for UATV Sports, I'm Alec White. Coming up this week is a busy slate of games for the Wildcats. On Thursday night, women's soccer hosts Washington at 7 p.m. and on Sunday they host Washington State at noon. Women's volleyball hosts Cal on Friday at 6 p.m. and Stanford on Sunday at 1 p.m. Finally, Arizona football hosts number 15 ranked Washington State in a big-time matchup on Saturday night at 6:30 p.m. That's going to do it for Wildcast Sports. Tune in next week for all the greatest sports highlights you might have missed.
The life I lead is the life of a dog. I may have fleas, but I run a yard. I see those clones looking down on me, but unlike those clones, this dog is free. Oh Lord, it's a dog's life. Oh Lord, it's a dog's life, dog's life. Oh Lord.
That's so cool.
UATV3. When I turn on the TV, I turn it to channel 3, cause they got all the greatest shows that I've been waiting to see. It's entertaining to me, cause it's pertaining to me and all the other Wildcats in the student body. We're broadcasting live to all the residence halls, so all y'all's in the halls, turn your TVs on to channel 3 for Sheezy, so you can see me and all the other happy people down at UATV3.
In last week's Twitter question, we asked you if we should wear Halloween costumes for next Monday's show. The majority of you, of course, answered yes.
I am very much looking forward to that. Anyhow, this week we want to find out how many of you personally know alumni coming out for homecoming this week. Submit your answers on our Twitter poll at UATV3 and make sure to like us on Facebook as well and catch up on any shows you may have missed on our YouTube channel. Good night, Wildcats. We see you next week, and as always, don't forget to bear down.